Now, with that said, I'm walking on a line right now. I gotta be real careful. This is episode 10 of my SSO restart series, so if you haven't seen anything else, I will have episode 1 and episode 9 linked down below. I wish I knew how to link playlists. I don't think it's possible though, except for up in the cards, which I do always put on the videos, but yeah, I don't, I'm having a hard time saying these intros because I used to just always say like, this is episode number, so if you haven't seen the last episode, I'll have it linked here or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, if you're not caught up, go get caught up. I'll be right here waiting for you. Also, I'm noticing the combine in the background there, and every time I see these things now, I always cringe because there was one video where I was just like, oh yeah, these are swathers. I don't know, my brain was not working, okay? It's a combine. I feel very silly about that one. Anyways, today we are just gonna catch up on some Silverglade quests. Very simple, very easy, nothing much to it. I've neglected them, and I also recently remembered that this was like one of the first quests that I did when I got to Silverglade, and he went on a day timer and I just completely ignored him. And it's episode 10 now, and I don't know what episode it was that we got to Silverglade, but pretty sure it was like 4 or 5. So yeah, he's been hanging out on his lonesome for a long time. Also, I remember I mentioned how this was like stuck, and someone commented like it's always been like that. It's been like that for years. Yeah, I thought they fixed it. I genuinely thought that it got fixed. You have to keep in mind, I've been playing this game for so long that I don't actually really play that religiously anymore. I have been lately because obviously the series and everything, but if I'm online, I'm probably doing like new story quests, or I'm like in Valedale or something because that's my home stable, or I'm like working on the garden or something like that, or I don't know, I'm just doing like little daily things. Running through here is not one of my daily tasks, so I really thought they fixed it, and I've just never actually noticed that he's still hanging out over here. He's stuck in the mud, you know. He should grab a shovel. He's got to dig himself out of that situation. It happens, okay? I've done I've done it. I've done it quite a few times actually. It's awful. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna talk to Barney. This is Barney, right? Yeah, Barney. And we'll just kind of go from there. I don't really know which one we're gonna do next. But everything in Silverglade. So, permission for Marley. Do you want a riding waistcoat? Something missing. And, well, we're doing this one, Farmer, with Barney. So, yeah. I just wanted to start with this one because I just remembered that I talked to him when I first got to Silverglade, and I just haven't talked to him since, so yeah, that's why we're doing this one first. Otherwise, normally I would actually go in order, but anyways. Hello, Vandella. It's time to sow some seeds and plant some potatoes. Would you mind helping me out? You see, my back hurts, so some help from a healthy young girl would be a lifesaver. How nice. Well, the thing is that me and my relatives are going to have a large potluck party at my place in a couple of days. What's better than using our own crop? Lucky for me, the vegetables normally grow very fast on my field, so I think we can get a good harvest if we start now. Oh my goodness. When it's sowing season, I always talk to Felix. He's a man in tune with nature, and he has a special interest in seeds. He always has good quality seeds. Can you ride over there and get some seeds for me? Get some of each kind, and we'll see what will grow the best. Okay, I'm having a hard time reading right now for some reason. I think I reread one of his lines of dialogues like probably a good 6 times before I finally got it, and then I think I even still stuttered, but you know what? We're not going to talk about that. Hi, Vandella. Oh, Barney is going to have his annual family thing. Has it been a year already? I have put together some bags of different seeds, but haven't written on the labels what they are. Barney likes surprises. Take these to him and say hello from me. This is actually another one that we need to do. That's the broken clock tower one that we need to do, which I actually really don't like that quest, and I can't tell you why. I don't know if I want to say this. I don't know how many are gonna like hate me for this information, but I really don't like Big Bonnie. She irritates me a little bit. But I do really like her backstory, and I'm really excited to get into it because let me know how many people have read her lore books Just comment below if you've read Big Bonnie's lore books. I would very much like to know. Thank you, Vanilla. I can't wait to see what these seeds are for. We need to dig some holes in the ground to sow the seeds. Here, take my shovel and go out on the field. Make sure to get off your horse to dig. Watch out for the combine harvester. It's dangerous and not to be messed with. At least it tells you it's a combine. I cringe every time. I don't know, my brain just wasn't working and I just said swather without even thinking about it and then just moved on with my existence. And then I realized when I was editing and I was like, huh. But I left it in because it's not fair if I just don't embarrass myself, you know? I have the power to cut out embarrassing things and that's just not fair to all of you. You can just sit there and laugh at my stupidity and you know what? That's fine. Oh, you know what I love? You know what I'm very happy about? He can just follow me around and I don't have to worry about getting up and down 18 million times, so that's pretty nifty. I think I broke it. I don't know how I managed to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's so funny. Oh, it's gonna happen again. Just gliding along, you know? I don't know why he stopped following me. He just decided he just didn't want to be a part of this party anymore. Nice work, Mandela. Very well done. Keep this up and you will soon be a really good farmer. Now it's time to plant the seeds. Here's a bag of seeds to spread out over the field. It's not important where you plant them. Here and there will be good enough. Okay, but is it the same seed or is it different types of seeds? Because I feel like that could potentially end badly. Although, I don't actually know because I didn't farm vegetables. I farmed alfalfa hay, actually. And wheat very briefly, but I was very small when we had wheat growing in the field. So since I'm going to every single place where I dug, I'm gonna assume that these are in fact random seeds and they're not the same kind. And I am a little bit worried about it. I am, I'll admit. Also, I did recently learn, in my last video I was talking about how, about the day timers and how I thought that there was supposed to be a mini game and if you passed it, you would be able to move on and whatnot. But I did get a comment that said that the mini game is actually this thingy. So if you have to wait 10 to 15 seconds to complete a task, that's the little mini game that comes up, and that they are slowly removing all of the day timers. Now about the whole slowly removing all the day timers part, I don't know. I don't know if they aren't removing all of them because I just feel like they haven't removed any since just deciding they didn't want to put any more day timers on the later quests. It's just me. I feel like they just decided, you know what? We don't want to put day timers on these later quests, so we're just going to say that we're taking away the day timers, and then they just left the rest of the day timers. I could be wrong though, because I don't actually remember every single place there was a day timer previously. Good work. Maybe we should water the seeds a little. That will help them to start growing. Here is my old watering can. It should be enough for a few seeds. Thank you so much for helping me with this, Vandella. Now I have to write some invitations for my family to get together. I wonder if he just goes out with his little watering can and just... Oh, I have to get off for this too. I wonder if he just goes out with his little watering can and just waters the entire field every day. Just walks along and he's just pouring water and then going back and getting more water and oh, that would be awful. Lost Rain did not follow me again. I don't think the keybind works. I must go test this. I'm pretty sure it's Y. Let me just double check that it is actually Y and then we'll see if it works. I've been hitting it and every time I hit it, he just doesn't follow me. Yeah, it's Y. Yeah, no, the keybind, in fact, does not work. Don't tell me I have to have, the radial menu open. I do. I have to have what's the point in a hotkey, keybind or whatever, if I have to have the whole radial menu open in order for it to work? I feel like it's more work for me to take my hand off my mouse, press Y. Of course, I guess you just could press Y with your other hand, and then to have him follow me, you know? I don't know how you guys play this game. That sounds confusing and weird. But, so how many of you use your arrow keys and then how many use WASD? I'm very curious to know. I really am. Mobile users, you're obviously not included. Sorry, I really don't like that this game is on mobile. It's nothing personal. Thanks a million. Now we have to wait and see if it will grow. Hello again. I'm a bit worried. Nothing has come up yet. I hope I don't have to postpone the party. We need to do something extra special to get the plants started. Cow dung? Yes, you heard right. We need some manure to get the plants ready in time. Maybe you and Lost Rain keys use this shovel to collect some manure for me. Ride to Hollow Woods and Valedale. Claire's cow manure is great. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know why? Because that's actually supposed to be a day timer right there. And in that day, I'm supposed to have already gone and done the Valedale quests. So we are going to leave that completely be. We'll do that after we've done the Valedale quest, which I don't know when that's going to be. Probably in the next episode, if I'm being completely honest. Although I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, no, probably in the next episode, because where we stopped in the story is like where the story ended for the longest time. Like I think we waited like probably like a year for another story update. So you definitely would have gone to Valedale and everything. So yeah, we'll probably do more Valedale quests before we get going on more story quests. And I've been working every day since I got back, anyways. I've been working every day on the druid path, so that video will be out eventually as well. I don't know how soon. I'm still kind of far off, and I can't remember how long it actually takes. I would say I'm about halfway through. So the video will be here pretty soon. Anyways, we'll get back to Barney after we've I hope I don't forget this. If I forget this, remind me. um Hopefully we'll remember to go back over to Barney after we have met Claire and her cows. Anyways, the name's Ty, and jumping is my thing. With a horse, I mean. I don't run about randomly jumping. But if you like doing that, who am I to judge? Jump away. I've made a fool of myself, haven't I? Can we start again? Hey, stranger, have you ever wished for a track to practice gymnastic jumping before you hit the serious stuff? Well, you've come to the right place, or person. I'm talking about me. Ever since I came to Jorvik for riding camp, all I've was a place to practice some epic jumps without the fear of embarrassment when I inevitably fly off the horse. Hang on a minute. I'm not gonna jump any conclusions here, but I'm pretty sure this character is a guy. Pretty sure he is male. The Jorvik riding camp is only supposed to be for girls, right? Am I wrong about that? I know we've evolved and we've come a long way since 2011, but just hear me out for just a minute. Jorvik riding camp was originally for girls, and there was a dialogue that originally said that Justin was really good at helping the girls in selecting their horses, because it was a riding camp for females. I guess I probably should have read that again. I don't know if I actually finished reading that. Anyways, so that's why I came to Jorvik. I forgot. They're roasting themselves at this point. I'll say I also came here for riding camp because technically I just got here. So you know where I'm coming from. Seems like fate brought us together. No, a dean. Anyway, I've put together 2 gymnastic jumping exercises, and I'd be honored if you try them out. Welcome to the first of my gymnastic jumping exercises. If you're new to jumping or a seasoned professional, this track covers all the basics to warm you and your horse up for the real deal. Okay, yeah, so I was going to say that I feel like a good idea that they could use to start implementing, being able to have male characters and everything is by basically saying that Moorland Stables, I don't know how this race goes. I never do this race. Moorland Stables essentially like started a new program for male riders as well. And they could totally make it like really cool and really special. And somehow keep them like separated as well, because generally speaking, if you're going to summer camp, there's either, a boys summer camp or a girls summer camp. You're not usually in the same camp, at least from my experience. I could be totally wrong. And if I am, you can tell me. I don't really care. Anyways, but my point is that, oh wow, I barely made it through there. My point is, they could make it really special and really cool to like have Moorland Stables eventually start a new program to basically welcome male riders as well, because it was originally for female riders. It was a riding camp for female riders specifically, I do believe. And I know before everyone starts freaking out and getting angry and being like, no, it's for girls, okay? It's fine. It's gonna be okay. I promise you, we will all survive and we will make it till tomorrow. It's not the end of the world just because a game is evolving and becoming something a little bit more inclusive and nice to the rest of the population. Now, with that said, I'm walking on a line right now. I gotta be real careful. But I am one that does actually wish this game had stayed for girls, because of the fact that this game was created with the idea in mind that the gaming industry was heavily saturated by male players and that female players didn't really have a place within the industry and within like the hobby or whatever, and that it was mainly for boys. So they created a game for girls. That was 2011, guys. Listen, I game. I play Valorant, I play CS, I play Red Dead, I play Baldur's Gate, I play Zelda, I play so many games. I play Halo, all the things, okay? You name it, I've probably played it, right? Like COD and everything. And I know a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends that are all female that play the same games I do. We're not pushed out of the community anymore. So we no longer need our own space. We really don't, because we're allowed and welcome to go play Valorant. CS, I wouldn't recommend speaking on that game if you're a woman, but hey, you can still play it. I'm just saying, okay? I think it's really nice that we're having like a little bit more of a shift and more of a switch over to having, you know, boys and the theys be able to join and play the game and feel included, I suppose. We still don't have, actually, no, we don't have a gender selector. We do have male body types, and that is a hill I'll die on. You can't tell me that some of the body types that we have for this game are not more masculine presenting. So don't even try. But yeah, anyways, I'll get off that tangent now. You aced it. How did you do that? You know, not to go flying off last rain. I guess I have some practicing to do. Time to raise the stakes. Are you ready for a gymnastic jumping exercise designed with help from an expert jumper? I'm talking about my frog friend, Crocosaur. That's cute. I've never actually read his dialogue before, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, just let me know what you think of that. What you think of, like, you know, them basically saying how make some quests or whatever. Maybe you could like welcome a male writer to the stable, to the writing camp, or you know, whatever it might be. Basically saying how like Moorland stable started a new program for their male writers and everything like that. And I don't know, I just think that would be really, really neat. I really think it would. Plus, it would add some more quests in Moorland, and it would give a little bit more value to the Jorvik starting area, because look, I just started on this account and I still haven't been back there. I've had no reason to go back there except for maybe a thumbnail, if I'm being honest. So it would be really cool to have some kind of quest like that to make the Jorvik Riding Camp a little bit more useful, if you will. If this was the Jorvian Jumping Grand Nationals, you'd be going home with gold, but it's not, so I don't have a prize in planned. Hold on, I have a sugar cube for Lost Rain. Add a horsey. Oh, that's cute. Lost Rain definitely deserved the sugar cube for sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna talk to Felix next. The broken clock whole ordeal is a little bit of a longer thing. I might actually do it last, potentially, because we also still have Marley to go talk to as well. So we'll just talk to Felix here really quick. Something missing. Do you see what I see? There, the fountain. They're not here yet. I don't understand. Something is wrong. Completely wrong. What? You can't see anything? It's so obvious to everyone. The disasters are piling up. Can you help me? You haven't lived here very long. I understand now. Well, the ducks are missing. There are no ducks in the fountain. It's great that you want to help me. It's for the sake of the entire village that we must find out what happened to the ducks that swim in the fountain every summer. Every spring around this time, the fountain ducks come to stay for the whole summer to swim in the cool fountain. They haven't returned from their winter migrations. I have a feeling that something has happened to them. Will up at the mill on the hill outside of the village is a keen bird watcher. He might have seen something. Can you ride up and ask him? Alright. I'm actually glad that I'm watching these, because I'm pretty sure the lemming one that he has something to do. That I'm watching these? What? That I'm doing these. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the lemming one that he has up in the lemming quest that takes you up to the observatory has something to do with what's his face up there. I don't remember his name. I just know he's up there. And I still need to build like the gondola and everything. So I think that kickstarts it, actually. I think it actually might. Anyways. Hi there, what's that? The ducks haven't returned from their winter migration? That's no good. All the villagers like to look at the ducks in summer as they bathe and swim in the fountain. It would be a shame if they had disappeared. I haven't seen the ducks yet this year, but what I've seen in previous years is that they land one last time on the Everyone Fields to rest before they head into the village to everyone's delight. Maybe you can scout the field and see if you can find any clue to their whereabouts. Come back to me later. I actually know where they are. I don't think I need do I need to follow the path? I might need to follow. I'll follow it anyways. I was going to say that I know where they are, so I'm just gonna run straight there, but I might need to all right then, I guess I didn't have to go all the way down there. I'm glad I grabbed that then. Why were there so many places to look for them? Am I gonna go back and say like, yeah, they're at the oil field? Can I really see it from that distance? Oh yes, this is duck feather. That's correct. Oh, I just found it on the first try. I'm gonna assume that that was it. Anyways, but it's oily. This is not good at all. The ducks must have gotten into trouble. Take this feather and tell Felix about this sinister discovery. You're sure to find him milling about Silverglade Village. I forgot to say, I hope you all had a really great Thanksgiving. I would tell you how mine went, but for those who are in the US, actually, that is, I would tell you how mine went, but I actually haven't had it yet because I'm recording this on Wednesday. I'm preparing for being gone, so hello from the distant past, I guess. This is terrible. What's happened to our poor ducks? Oil, you say. What? Is Mr. Kimball drilling for oil in the Everyone fields? It's a disaster. So you think the oily feather means the disappearance of the ducks has something to do with that slick Mr. Kimball's oil field? The vet has already analyzed the oil. Okay, take the feather to the vet so she can confirm it's Mr. Kimball's oil. Okay, yeah. I probably should have done this one for, like, before I did. That horse just completely disappeared, and I'm pretty sure it was an NPC, actually. I don't think that was an actual player. Not the one off in the distance, the one that was walking away from us. Anyways, I should have... Wait, where am I going? I'm supposed to be going to the vet. Gosh dang it. Okay. I should have done this quest before everything with the Silverglade Equestrian Center. Which makes well, okay, no, it does make sense. Yeah, I should have done this quest before doing all of that. Before, like, Mr. Kemble, like, got his revenge or whatever. I also realized that I should have done more Fort Pinta quests. I'm just all discombobulated. I kind of give up on following these in order. I'm still gonna, like, try to do it as best as I can, but I've really messed it up. We're not following these in order anymore, and I feel like every episode I'm like, well, should have done that first. You know what I mean? Okay. Hello, Vendella. Of course I can analyze the oil on the feather. That's awful, Vendella. What if the ducks are stuck in the oil at Mr. Kemble's oil fields? If so, we have no time to lose. You must immediately head west to the Everyone fields and look for the ducks. In the meantime, I'll stay here and analyze the samples. Come back here if you find some poor ducks in distress. Okay, yeah. We will meander on over to the oil fields now. I honestly kind of wonder if maybe before, like with the Silverglade update now, if maybe it would be better to do the broken Silverglade clock and then, you know, you finish up that whole thing and then that's when the councilman's like, oh yeah, while you're here, because he actually starts that dialogue off with while you're here. It's either that or maybe you just go to Silverglade Manor after you drop off the documents, which is what actually takes you to the village in the first place, but I don't really know. I'm taking notes, okay? I really am. I wasn't sure if I was like really gonna talk about this just yet because we are very far off from the end of this series, but I am actually taking notes because I am planning to make like a season 2 to this series just because right now Star Stable is doing a bunch of updates and eventually they'll be done, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like eventually, you know, like they got Silverglade Manor updated, for example, and that brought in some new quests and some, you know, supposed to be dialogue changes. I really hope they actually realize that the dialogue's a little bit screwed up and the quests are a little bit screwed up and fix that, but I guess only time will tell. But yeah, I am planning on doing like a bit of a season 2, so when they're done with all their updates and everything and the map is a little bit more complete, I guess, for what Star Stable is today, so we can actually play through it again and like really see like what's exactly changed and everything across the board entirely, because there's already some things that have changed for quests that I've already done. Like I had a comment on one of my videos previously about Mr. Conrad and the jacket that I got from the store that I was wearing for a while. That's actually a quest item that you get from him from the start, and they unfortunately also informed me that they're pretty sure. I don't know if they said that they're pretty sure that the horseshoe quests were gone. I think they said they don't remember if you like made them, but you do get horseshoes from that quest. You just don't actually make them anymore, which I was, let me tell you, absolutely devastated. So I mean, you know, it's fine. So all that has changed, and I think the starter quests are a little bit different now, among some other things. So where am I going? I need to get to the vet. Anyways, so yeah, I am actually planning on a season 2, so I am taking some notes and whatnot. So yeah. Oh no, poor little ducks. They're covered in oil. You're a hero for saving them, Vendella. Ongoing analysis. Okay, so that one's on a day timer, but I will do special soap to remove oil. A special soap is required to clean up the ducks properly. Otherwise, their feathers can be ruined. I've run out of soap and it takes too long to order. Can you ride to Firgrove and ask to buy some soap from Felicity? She's the one who makes it. Felicity is at Firgrove Stables. She runs the place. I mean, I've already kind of committed. I didn't really want to do that though. I am gonna take the trailer because normally I would run there, but I don't have enough stuffs and things to say to you on the way there. We're just gonna take the trailer. I'm just a little bit nervous because I am gonna run there. I am gonna run there. There's this quest that I've actually been waiting for. And we're gonna see if it's showed up by now because I have leveled up once at least. We are actually almost level 12. We really need to get over to South Hoof Peninsula because it's about nearly time for me to actually unlock Dundle as well, although I really highly doubt I've hit all the requirements or prerequisites for that yet, except for maybe nearly a level requirement because I'm pretty sure it's level 12. Honestly, when we stumble upon that, we stumble upon that. For now, I'm not even gonna worry or think about it, but there is a hidden quest that I've been waiting to show up, and it pops up on this road, so I can't actually like look at my map and be like, oh, it's there, because like I said, it is a hidden quest. But it takes you to Felicity, and I can't remember exactly how the whole quest goes, but my brain just keeps saying that it's important, and it's probably not, but we'll see if it's here. It is! Okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of taking this as like a little bit of an order thing here. What's this? A package? I'll take it to Derek. He should know whose this is. Now I do have to run back to Silverglade Village, but I totally forgot my previous task. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with this. This is in fact the quest that I've been waiting for. Hello, Vendella. You found a package. I must have lost this one. Where did you say you found it? On the road to Firgrove? Wait, let me have a look. The only part of the address I can make out is FY. I wonder who that is. Vendella, can you help me find this person? That's very kind of you. Thanks. Yeah, so the person, FY, it's obviously, you know, Felicity, which is why this works out because we're headed to her anyway. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. Oh my gosh. What was that? Polished game, you know? Alright, so address guessing is for the hidden quest one. So let's do that first. Hi Vendella. Look at that, the saddle I ordered, but that was long time ago. I've already got another new one I ordered from the mail order company. But it was real nice of you to ride all the way over here, Vendella. You know what? You take the saddle instead. You've certainly earned it. Bye. Well, not bye yet, girly, because I have something else to say to you. But this is the saddle you get from it. It's obviously not very nice because that is a very old quest. But yeah. I think there's a whole set to the mail order, but I really don't remember, to be completely honest with you. Vendella, it's good to see you here in our little village. Oh, some ducks have been covered in oil, you say. That's bad. Of course you can buy the special soap from me. I'm an expert at making special soap for sensitive animals. Here you go. This is special soap for sensitive animals. It'll be perfect for the ducks, and I guarantee they will be white and clean. Hurry back to the vet so she can clean the poor ducks. So maybe you don't really need, like, to do those together specifically, but, like, we ran into it on the way, so I figured, hey, like, why not, you know? Although I was actually specifically looking for it, but I couldn't remember how the quest goes, so that's in my defense. But if you do them together, it might make a little bit more sense to do the whole like oil remover thingy and then talk to her about her saddle, because she does say bye at the end, so it kind of like wraps up the conversation a little bit more nicely and makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, anyways, I will once again see you momentarily because I don't know why I didn't get in the trailer, but I didn't, and now I've committed to this whole ride back to Silverglade Village. We have in fact arrived back. I do plan on making a video showing where all the hidden quests are, because there's a decent amount of them, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know when it'll come out, but keep an eye out for that, because that's actually the first hidden quest I've done, I think. Yeah, it is. There's actually one in the mall that I could go do as well. Anyways, thank you, Vanilla. That was really fast. Now I can start the difficult job of removing all this horrible oil from the ducks. All right, so that's on a day timer now. We also have to remember that I do have day timer quests that I need to go finish. So I have decided that I'm not going to do the lemming quest just yet, because Felix specifically mentions Mario as though I know him. So I'm gonna wait on that and see if a quest doesn't pop up to where I actually meet Mario, and it might be building the gondola. Okay, yeah. So I learned stuff and things. We're not gonna do any of Daxton's quest because I have to meet Avalon first for that one. So we'll do that after we've ventured into Valedale a little bit more and have done some Valedale stuffs and things. I think that now we have two quests where we need to go to Valedale. I'll probably get on those quests very, very, very soon. So yeah, we're just gonna do the broken clock tower thingy now. Hello, Vandella. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Have you seen that village clock has stopped? To think that I have not noticed until just now, and it could have been broken forever in a day. We'll have to see to this. We can't just have a broken clock now, can we, Vandella? Big Bonnie will know what to do. She's the best engineer, inventor, and clockmaker extraordinaire on this side of Jorvik. You can find her to take a look at the clock. I really don't like this quest. I don't know why. I just don't. You knock on the door, but nobody answering. It doesn't seem as though anyone's home. There's a note stuck on the door, though. Take a look at what it says. Away on holiday, back in a week or two, or 3. This note definitely looks like it's been here longer than just a week. It's probably best to take it back to the councilman. I mean, she did say that she could be gone for 3 weeks, so I suppose it makes sense that it's been there for longer than a week, you know? Just taking that whole thing at face value without knowing what's gonna happen. Is Big Bonnie on holiday? So Big Bonnie's on holiday, you say. Do I know where? No, I didn't even know she'd left town. I can't actually even remember the last time I saw Big Bonnie. But hey, ask Felix. He's good friends with the clockmaker. If anyone knows, it will be him. Hello there. Have I seen the clockmaker? You mean Big Bonnie? Nah, it's been a while actually. Big Bonnie. Nah, I haven't seen her in years as it happens. Last time I heard from her was when she sent me a postcard, but like I said, that was ages ago. Didn't I have it with me? Where did I put it? Hang on. I wonder if I left it somewhere in the clock tower. I remember being up there last year because I thought I heard someone wandering around. Big Bonnie's back, I thought, so I grabbed the postcard and ran up to the tower, but it was totally empty. It was probably just a rat or something rustling around. I guess I forgot the postcard up there. Hey, here's the key to the clock tower. You may as well go and take a look around for yourself and see what you can find. Take care though. Nobody's been up there for a long time, so you never know it if something's broken or dangerous or if it's turned into some kind of horrible death trap. Good luck. Come back when you found the postcard and try to avoid dying a horrific death. Thanks, Felix. I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, I think the reason this quest bothers me so much is because it's so incredibly silly. She's been gone for years. Nobody's noticed. Nobody's questioned like her vacant house essentially. She would have wandered around the village and everything and people wouldn't have been like, oh, did Big Bonnie move? Like, where did she go? So I think it just bothers me to that degree in the sense of like, there's no particular reason. Nobody wouldn't notice that she's gone, I guess. And just, you know, they could have said like, oh yeah, she's been gone for a month, and that would be more reasonable rather than like years, as Felix said. I just think years is a little bit extravagant if you ask me. Well, if it isn't a postcard, lovely, thanks. Now let's take a look at whether we can make sense of this. The clockmaker's handwriting looks like a spider tap dance all over the page. Let's have a look and see if we can't make sense of this here postcard. Hello, Felix, my old pal. It's a lovely to be on holiday. I think I'm going to stay here with Barney. He's promised me I can sleep in his silo as long as I'm out of the way in the morning so he can clear out the seed and grains. It smells pretty nasty and the flies are driving me crazy, but that's all part of the country charm. I like it, really. Like really, really, I swear. Sometimes I wish I could come home again, but that's impossible after all that's happened. I get so shaky and nervous from just thinking about the disaster that I caused. Maybe you could come by and say hello sometime when the dust has settled a little bit. All you have to do is knock on the pipes just outside the silo and I can sneak out. Listen, please don't tell anyone where I am. This whole business has been terribly embarrassing. Your friend, the clockmaker, Bonnie. Well, Vandella, she's mad as a hatter, that Big Bonnie, but she's my friend. I never understood what she meant by the embarrassing incident she wrote about, but I thought it would be probably sort itself out if she just got a bit of rest. But hey, the postmark is like 5 years old, so it really was a while ago. It's crazy how fast time can fly by. Could you write over to Barney and ask him if he's seen Big Bonnie lately? Yeah, see, 5 years is just ridiculous. And then it's insinuating that she's been gone longer than that because she's like, oh wow, I wish I could come home. I don't know. It's just a little bit too silly. They could have gone with like, you know, she's been gone for a month or two, and that would be way more reasonable. But yeah, they also screwed up on the dialogue there because they need to change it, because you no longer just knock on the pipes and she comes out like she used to. You actually, and you'll see in a minute, you actually go inside. At least I hope so, because I'm about to make myself look really silly if you don't actually go inside. Oh wait, I need to talk to Barney first. Hi there, can I be of some assistance? The clockmaker? Yeah, she lived in my silo for quite some time, but I haven't seen her for a while, probably at least a year. Where is Big Bonnie, the clockmaker? That is the question. She was never very social. As soon as she saw me, she'd go completely red in the face and then climb into the pipes as quickly as she could. I usually leave out a few turnips and potatoes from my fields so that she doesn't starve to death, but they're still disappearing. Probably means she's still around here somewhere. You want to meet her? I suppose the only thing to do is to climb into the silo and see if you can find her there. It's pretty much the only place she could be. You just have to squeeze in through this pipe here, crawl along until you get into the silo. I have no idea how it looks in there anymore since I've started growing potatoes and turnips. The silo has mostly stood empty. Anyway, good luck. I've got to get back to work, but say hey to Big Bonnie if you see her. This irritates me too. This pipe is the only way into the silo. You'll see why that bothers me as well. So first of all, we're no longer knocking, so she doesn't like appear on the outside, so that original dialogue is bad. That pipe is the only way into the silo. So why are there boxes up here? And how did they get up here? That's what I want to know. Why is there even an attic or whatever you want to call this? Anyway, okay, I'll be quiet about it, but it does bother me. And if the pipe's the only way in here, then why? Okay, a ghost. I am not gonna read her screaming dialogue. She's coughing. She's yelling for help and coughing. You slap the clockmaker on the back. Oh, thanks. The slap really helped with the coughing. You're not a ghost, are you? That's lucky. I really hate ghosts. Why are you here? You've been looking for me? Why? What for? Fix the clock in Silverglade. Oh my goodness gracious. Has the past finally caught up with me? I've dreaded this day for years. Poor me. Why does this kind of thing always have to happen to me? You give Big Bonnie another whack on the back. Oh, thank you. You seem so terribly nice. What's your name? Vendella? Lovely. Well then, Vendella, let me tell you everything that happened, and you'll soon understand why my situation is more wretched and rotten and stinking and shocking than any other person in the whole wide world. Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a day that started in exactly the same way as any other day. I'd been helping the tailor with the repair of his sewing machine, and my next task was to wind up the town hall clock, in exactly the same way I'd done every week for years. To keep that clock going is one of the most important, no, the most important job in the whole village. Without a functioning clock, well, I'm sure you can understand for yourself what a disaster it would be. Anyway, when I walked through the village on my way to the town hall, all the villagers smiled at me, and I could see the pride in their eyes as they looked at me. Everything felt great. I went up into the tower, took out my special clock winding key, and began tightening the spring. And that's when it happened. The catastrophe of catastrophes. I wound the key in the wrong direction, Vendella. I was so full of myself from thinking of how proud the villagers were of me that I turned the key in the wrong direction. The cogs clogged, the spring sprung, the oil flew, and the clock stopped for the first time since it started. In a total state of panic, I ran straight home, threw together my most important belongings, and fled the village as fast as I could, with tears in my eyes. You understand now, Vendella. As punishment for my crimes, I sent myself into exile. There's no way to make amends for this atrocity. To win back the trust of my darling villagers, I'm doomed to die here, in the silo, alone, hated, cast away, forgotten. You were in fact forgotten, alright, I will say that. You want me to come back with you to the village and repair the clock? Impossible. Don't you understand? I would simply die of shame if I ever showed my face there again. The villagers will spit at me, throw rotten fruit at me, and say horrible, horrible words to me. Hang on, say what? If I repair the clock, then maybe they'll forgive me? Is that what you think, Vendella? Do you really think so? Then this is my chance. If I repair the clock, then they'll welcome me back like a clock repairing lost sheep. They'll love me again, I just know it. But wait, I can't be seen there until the clock is fixed. Vendella, you have to find a way to sneak me home without anybody seeing me. You'll see what you can do. Stupendous, tremendous. Come back as soon as you can. My return to the Silverglade village can't wait a minute longer. Yeah, that was a lot of information. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I looking for? I wasn't even like really processing what she was saying at all. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I'm finding the sack for her to, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know. She's been gone for 5 years for a really dumb reason. I mean, it makes sense. If the clock has never stopped since it started, I guess it would make some sense that it would be kind of like, well, you broke the clock that hasn't stopped since it was built. That's kind of wild. At the same time, it's really not that big of a deal, and it's not that deep, and Big Bonnie's personality from this situation moving over into where she appears later on the story is not consistent. Her personality actually changes ever so slightly. Maybe not slightly, maybe it is a little bit more like it kind of heavily changes, at least in my opinion. But yeah, a sack. You want me to crawl into a sack? This sack here? It's not exactly how I'd imagine traveling. Me, right in a sack, doesn't exactly seem suitable for a hero's return. You can't think of anything better than this. Well, for Silverglade Village, I shall subject myself to whatever danger and pain may come my way. Meet me outside the silo, Vendella, and I'll gleefully grapple myself into the sack. I just need to pack up and I'll be right there. So Every other quest with Big Bonnie is fine. This one I don't know. I'm not a fan. You'll notice I arrived before you. I used the pipe as an adventure slide, very effective, but nothing I would recommend for an inexperienced adventurer slider like you, Vendella. But here we are, a clockmaker, a rider, and a sack. Who could have thought these were the three unlikely heroes that would save Silverglade Village from this cataclysm? I think my horse is a little bit more important than your sack. Just saying. What am I talking about? It's all so clear now. I finally understood it all. When I fled Silverglade, I was so young, immature, my ego was so bruised that I couldn't look my sweet, sweet neighbors in the eyes anymore. But what was wrong of me? Selfish, morally bankrupt. Do you understand now, Vendella? When I disappeared and left the broken clock and all those broken dreams behind me, it was only a matter of time before the whole village went under. For all this time, I've been sitting up there in the silo, feeling sorry for myself, but in reality, it was all the villagers I left behind who were the real victims of my stupidity. Finally, I know my role in life. Without me, Silverglade would go under, maybe even all of Jorvik. Actually, I'm basically 100% certain that all of Jorvik would perish. No time to lose. We have to get back to the village. I'll get straight into the sack, gallop like the wind straight to my house in Silverglade. Hurry, no time to lose. Big Bonnie jumps into the sack. Yeah, the other thing is too, her backstory does not insinuate in any way, shape, or form that she would end up with this type of personality. Like, I know that she's a little bit insane, she's a little bit crazy, and that's probably to fit with the theme that she's a clockmaker or whatever. But she's far more intelligent and far more functioning than what appears in this quest. So yeah, I don't know. Are we there yet? Vendella, is there anyone here? No? Are you sure? Okay, well here's the key to my house. Unlock the door and I'll fling myself inside before anyone has a chance to see me. Okay, hold on. Nobody there? Good. Hold it. Hold it. Now, hurry, unlock the door. I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm gonna walk my butt right over there. You know, I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm even gonna get off my horse. Just take some extra time. Let me just, you know, really... Oh, I accidentally ran up the stairs. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, sorry, it's so silly. And then she comes back with a silly mask on. Good afternoon, my name is Herman. I own a stable, I love horses. It's only me, Vendella, the clockmaker, Big Bonnie. Oh, I'm so sorry if I confused you. Did you really think it was Herman who emerged from my door? Don't be ashamed. It's really a very good disguise. The best thing about this is that if you don't recognize me, then nobody else will either. I'm not too worried about this either, like her talking about Herman, because she could talk about Herman like that without me knowing who Herman is, necessarily. She could have just like zero clue that I don't know. Alright, I know it's a bit strange to stop it there, but I'm gonna. And the reason why is because she clearly does not want to get this clock fixed as quickly as possible and started the sentence with, "Hello there, Vendella." So it just tells me that I've been gone. Like, I left, that was the end of that conversation, and I've been gone for a while. And also, I've been recording for about an hour now. This video is probably getting a little bit too long. I think this is a good place to stop for now. So yeah. I love how in one of my last episodes it seemed like we did too much, and in this one it seems like we didn't do enough. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to get caught up on all of these quests that we're a little bit behind on. It makes more sense for a series like this to just go over the story quests because, you know, there's good places to start and there's good places to end, and you can generally make it to where have like a good length for a video. But when you're doing a bunch of random quests around the world, it can get a little bit chaotic and a little bit confusing. We will either just do like a little, like maybe a part 2 to catching up on Silverglade quest for the next episode, or we will move on to Valedale or something. We might move on to Valedale just because the quest that I have left in Silverglade involves something to do with Valedale, so I don't know, we'll see. It's not next week yet. I don't record these until after the update, so yeah. I think I said pretty much everything that I was thinking when it comes to Big Bonnie. For her original character and her original design, this whole quest made a lot more sense. The way that she is now and her heavy involvement in the story quest, well, not her heavy involvement, she's pretty involved though, just doesn't make much sense. And there's also some other quests that she's involved in, like actually when we get on with Marley's quests, they do like a memorial for their dad and whatever, and she's actually there, and she just seems a lot more intelligent than she's appearing right now. So that's why this quest just really bothers me. The quest in of itself is fine, you know, going to find her, fixing the Silverglade clock and all of that, but I just think the whole dialogue and everything needs a total rework. You know, starting with the councilman, on to Felix, and then on to when you're actually talking to Big Bonnie. Just because Felix even still says, the postcard says, to knock on the pipes to be able to see her, which if they actually review the dialogue every time they do an update like this, it would make a lot of sense if they were like, yeah, that's fine, because she's just telling him how to knock. But it's not fine because it tells you how to get a hold of her. So I don't know if any of that really makes sense. I think I'll get off my tangent about poor Big Bonnie over there. I love her backstory though. I love her lore books. Do let me know how many of you have actually read them. We will be going over them the more that I kind of like work into the rest of her quests that follow the Silverglade Broken Clock, or Broken Silverglade Clock, or whatever on earth the quest is called. We'll read her lore books for sure. But for now, if you enjoyed this one, do leave a like. It really helps me out and I very much appreciate it. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And check out other stuff on my channel as well. Right now, I'm pretty sure I just have the Starshine Legacy thing going, but soon, TM, we will have the Arc Calibula series up and running. I have been working on that, and I'm very excited for it. Very, very excited indeed. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.